Mr. Floyd Shivambu has finally broken his silence to tell us the reasons why he went to the Malawi Church of Shepherd Bushiri, or why he actually went to Malawi in the first place. Because according to him, he went there on an official visit from the MK party, but then MK party has really, remember, issued a statement distancing themselves from that trip. So who do you believe? Do you believe MK party, or do you believe Mr. Floyd Shivambu? But now I took a detour and I went to see Mr. Bushiri. Welcome again to another video. My name is Kgosi and this is the Kgosietsile Live Show. Please like, share, subscribe, and please comment below and tell us what you think about today's video. Before we can go any further, you can see I'm wearing our merch. Our merch is here finally. It's a hoodie, it's a black hoodie of Kgosi FM, and then we have a hoodie again of Kgosi TV. As you can see, the little emblem here, Kgosi, the logo there. Yeah, there. Kgosi TV. We have the same hoodie with Kgosi TV, and it's actually a two-piece, by the way, and it's very warm. I'm wearing only it, nothing inside, and it's very warm, and it's pants and the top. And if you can, like if you have seen on the beginning of this video, there is other merchandise available from our sneakers, Kgosi TV sneakers and Kgosi FM sneakers, and caps as well. So if you want to order, the number is 064-548-776. Send us a WhatsApp on that number, 064-548-776 or 069-692-4788, or comment below with your name and tell us, Kgosi, I'm interested in the merchandise. Send me the price list, send me your WhatsApp number, or send me your email. I'll email you the price list of any of them. So before we can go further into the video, again, we're going to go to another sponsor that is sponsoring today's show, which is Segongane Medical Services and Clinic. So we're going to be back right after this one, then we can continue with Mr. Floyd Shivambu's video. This show is brought to you by Segongane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site, and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic, and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. Again, the address is 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. That is tonight's sponsor for the tonight's video, Segongane Medical Services and Clinic. They don't take any medical aid, they only take 350 cash, which is a consultation, and their medication is separate from the consultation fee. So if you pay 350, you don't need medicine, you don't have to pay for medicine, because some people are charging people 850, 750. They say including medicine, you're going to get only Panado and allergics, which you can actually buy over the counter without a prescription for at less than $50. So you have paid too much money for nothing and you got nothing for it. So at least for this one, it's more flexible that you only pay your consultation fee, and then if you don't need medicine, you're not forced or obliged to pay for that. So Bachagele Mosmenti in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Yeah, so back to the video. Okay, Mr. Floyd Shivambu went to Malawi, remember. Let me just recap a little bit. He went to Malawi, and then there was a big row that he went to Bushiri's church. He was introduced by Bushiri. He was still walking into Bushiri's church and blah, 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 over the Easter weekend. And when he came back, MK party didn't say much. They just issued a statement saying they distanced themselves from Mr. Floyd Shivambu's trip to Malawi, and then they never said much about it. And then all of a sudden they called a press conference last week. We did a video on that. I'll leave the link below. And when they were there, they were demoting him from being the Secretary General of the party to being a member of the National Assembly, which is our parliament. So we never knew. He went up there, and then he accepted the demotion. He accepted this as a disciplined member, as his own words. He accepted that and said, okay, it's fine. He will go to parliament and serve the people of South Africa, because that's what he was there for. But we didn't know. The speculation was, Why did you go to Malawi? Did you go to Malawi straight from here to say, I'm going to attend a church of Bushiri? Whereas Shepherd Bushiri is a so-called prophet that is wanted in South Africa. He ran away. He was in prison. Then all of a sudden, he skipped this country with his wife, and he's in Malawi as we speak. And there was news reports that came out. Actually, in that day, there's a court ruling that says he must be deported back to this country to face the music. So you don't know how far that comes from. So anyhow, that's what we're dealing with at the moment. So Prophet Bushiri had a huge church here in Pretoria, where I am, in Pretoria Showgrounds, where he had an investment scheme, and then he defrauded some people. He took money from them. It was a whole lot of stuff that he left in a very serious cloud. Right, yeah. So Mr. Floyd Shivambu, anyway, was seen in Bushiri's church over the Easter weekend, and then the consequences were he was removed as SG of MKP. So why was he removed? We don't know. We just thought maybe it's because in that press conference, the president of the party said they received a lot of mail from people asking, why did you just let him do that, and then you let him keep his position? So people was complaining about him being there, so the party had to act on that. Like I said, I'm going to drop the link to that video in the description box, and you can be able to watch it yourself and hear what the statement of the MKP was actually about, and what it say, and what he, as Floyd Shivambu himself, responded to say the reasons why he is accepting this, blah, 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 and blah. So, was it this week? I think it was this week or last week, I'm not mistaken. He sat down with Mr. Mbeche, who from the SABC. And they were talking, and then he actually revealed the reasons why now he went to Malawi. But I don't know about you guys. Do you believe what he said? Because he said he was there on an official capacity, but then he went to see Bushiri. Did he stumble upon him? Did he meet him on the street? Did they call each other and say, listen, hey man, I'm in Malawi, let's meet up? Did they WhatsApp each other? Did they speak screen time? Did they the iPhone? Did they FaceTime? Did they do video call? How did they happen to meet? Who initiated the meeting between the two of them? Did Mr. Shivambu himself initiate the meeting with a fugitive from justice in South Africa as a party leader? Did he initiate that? Or did Mr. Bushiri say, listen, you are here, come and see me, someone, let's do this? But we're going to hear from him now, Mr. Shivambu, what he says. So we're going to take a listen to this video here, and we're going to stop it as it goes along. It's like 6 minutes long. It's not going to be that long. We're going to stop it along the way, and we're going to analyze whatever he says. All right? So, Luana, please listen carefully and comment below and tell me what you think. Do you believe what Shivambu says, or just another one of those political cover-ups that we are so used to in this country ever since democracy came? So, take a listen.
Informed you to go and see someone who's wanted, who's a fugitive?
So, you know, in March the 21st, we visited Namibia with President Zuma. So when we were in Namibia, in the table that we were sitting in after the official inauguration, we were sitting with former President Joyce Banda of Malawi. Yeah. And we're also sitting with the incumbent Deputy President Michael Usi of Malawi as well. And then we had, because we were in a table, small talk, exchange contacts. And President Zuma said that we must make follow-up on the discussions that were being raised there. So I went to Malawi to see former President Joyce Banda, and I spent a lot of time with her. And then I went to see incumbent Deputy President Michael Usi. We had very meaningful discussions. And both are a proper leadership which can change the politics of Malawi if they were to be given whatever responsibility they can be given in the future. But also here in South Africa, we've been in discussions with one of my former colleagues in the Pan-African Parliament called Enoch Chihana, who is one of the presidential candidates there. So we want to have a political discussion whose outcomes we will communicate once we're mandated to communicate in terms of what were the discussions. And after that, I went to see Prophet Shepherd Bushiri and to have broad discussions. I know him, like we used to have interactions when he was here in South Africa. And then he said that I'm going to a church service later on. Let's go. Where am I to good resist?
All right. So, Mr. Shivambu, Shivambu says he went to Malawi, guys. I don't know if you heard him. He went to Malawi on an official visit, sanctioned by the MKP party. Remember, bear in mind, there's a statement that says they're distancing themselves as MKP from that trip to Malawi. So they don't specify which one, because it's two parts. There's one part we look about Joyce Banda and other incumbents and whatnot to speak about what they were speaking about in Namibia. That's official things for MKP and them. But then after that, he didn't come home. He didn't sleep in a hotel to come home the following day. He went to Bushiri's church. He went to Bushiri actually, and Bushiri said, listen, I'm going to a church service. So, that church service was Bushiri's church service, right? So, but Shivambu now sounds like this guy was inviting him to a church service that he was not going to host. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Because when you say, hey, I'm going to a church service later, it's like me inviting you to say, listen, let's go to a church service. Just, like I'm inviting you to go accompany me to a church service. It doesn't add up. I don't know if you guys have picked that up. But if you didn't, please, if you did, comment below and tell me what yes you've picked. Because Bushiri, he's that service was his service. So he invites and say, listen, but go just listen to this. I'm going to a church service. Come with me. It's like accompany me to a church service of somebody else hosting it. I don't know if is it only me going wild in my head, or is there something that actually doesn't add up? Because I don't agree with that. Personally, I don't agree with that. You were sent to Malawi, that is Shivambu, to go and speak to the people in your official capacity as SG of MKP. You took a detour to go to Bushiri's church, knowing that Bushiri is a fugitive in South Africa, knowing that Bushiri is wanted in this country, but you decide to take a detour to go to Bushiri's church. Why would you do that? You're going to hear the reason. You're going to hear his reason for why that detour to go to that to see Bushiri. So the question would be, who initiated the visit or the meeting? Did they FaceTime? Did they video call, WhatsApp video call? Did they call each other and say, listen, I'm in Malawi, come and talk to me? Or did Bushiri know beforehand that Shivambu is coming? Because when he introduced him in church, he introduced him as this friend, politician, South African politician. That is an official thing. It's not just a man who says, oh, listen, I'm going later to a church service, accompany me. I don't know if you guys still catch what I'm trying to say. And the other thing that Mr. Shivambu said, they were going to discuss broad issues. What issues were you going to be discussing with somebody who's a wanted criminal in your country? As a political leader, Mr. Shivambu, what issues are you going to be discussing with this person? Did you like I don't understand. What is it that, but you'll hear in the video as it goes. Let me not take it away from the video. You'll hear whatever his reasons. Mbeche is going to ask him, but why would you do that? Knowing fully well that this is going to happen, and you're knowing fully well that this person is being wanted. Why would you do that? Listen to this.
I used to go into church. Like, I've been to so many churches. I've been to the Nazareth Baptist Church. I've been to so many churches in South Africa. And what I was even interested about is that during my visit there in the Easter period, there were more than 5,000 South Africans were in Malawi to go to the church specifically, not for a political program that I was there for.
But Mr. Shivambu, the difference is that those people are not you. They are not MKP Secretary Generals. They went there on their own personal capacity, brother. You went there for a program of a party. So why would you divert from that program to go and do your own personal stuff? MKP should charge you for dereliction of duty because you went there for something and then you took time out of, it's like and I'm selling I'm promoting my own business on the side in an office. I can understand. So, what's supposed to be charged is dereliction of duty because you were given a mandate to go to Malawi, to go to see political stuff, get that, come back home. Never to detour and go to Bushiri's church. So, you seeing 5,000 people who left here with their own passport in their own personal capacity, who are not SGs of a political party, the third biggest in this country. That's not an excuse. That's a lame excuse. For you to say, no, there are other people. And who am I to refuse to go to a church service? I've been to Nazareth. Nazareth, you went there, however you went there. Nazareth, people not wanted. The Nazareth, Mkhululwa Nazareth, but look at Maporisha. He didn't jump bail. He didn't become fugitive from another country, running away to his own country where he is bribing the president there. As you said, like you'll hear from the video. Are Bushiri's things are protected by Malawi and government. Kameda Malawi protected everything because he's busy doing stuff there. That means he's busy bribing the president of Malawi. Hence, the guy came and Bushiri is gone. You understand what I'm saying? So that the Shivambu, it does not really make any difference. There were other people there. Yes, those people went there in their own personal capacity. They didn't go there being sent by a whole political party. And they are not you. They are not holding your position. So that's a lame excuse on my book. Tell me what you think below on comments. Let's continue.
More than 5,000 South Africans that were there to visit the church. I'm not a law enforcement agency. And as far as I'm concerned, there are no issues. There is no directive in Malawi. The church of Shepherd Bushiri is protected by the Malawian state. His households are protected by the Malawian state in terms of what happens. He plays a huge role in terms of development.
So are you confirming, finally, that when President of Malawi was here, he actually aided him to escape? Much as they are protecting a fugitive, because he's playing a huge role in Malawi. So now what are you doing in that kind of a place with that kind of a person? How did you think this was going to come out to be, that they Floyd? I would ask him, if he was here in studio, ask him the same question. So, how did you think this was going to pan out? Did you think this was going to be like, oh, no, it's fine, he went there? He didn't go there on a personal capacity. You went there on an official visit of the MKP. No wonder MKP said they didn't send you there to Malawi. They didn't tell us, okay, maybe they sent you because of this and that. But you going to Bushiri, if you didn't go there, wouldn't be here. You will still be Secretary General Kgosi today. But you chose to go and because I don't know what was informing your head. That is why he didn't fight. He didn't fight the suspension or the demotion, because he knows he is at fault. He is at fault. So are you confirming now that Malawi is protecting Bushiri? What should the government of South Africa do then? You know, are you saying Ramaphosa and the president of Malawi knew what was happening that time Bushiri escaped? Are you confirming to the South African people that Veleka Neti Bushiri escaped justice through the presidential plane, leaving this country to Malawi? I mean, if you are saying stuff like, they are protecting him, his household, his churches are protected by them, that means there's something they're gaining from this man. So they have to protect him at all costs. Meaning, our government knows exactly where Bushiri is and how Bushiri left. Meaning, Ramaphosa himself knows how Bushiri left this country and why. Meaning, the police people, the police enforcement, the army, everybody in intelligence, they knew that Bushiri was going to go back to him only because of he's protected, as you said, by the Malawian government.
Of Malawi, proper investments that are happening there and appreciated by the people of Malawi.
Yeah.
I went to the church because who am I to refuse to go to the church? I had to go to the church.
You are a Secretary General of the third largest party in South Africa, a country where Bushiri escaped justice. Who are you? You were, actually. You were the SG of an MKP party. That's who. Maybe you forgot that actually your position is a big one. It's a CEO you are a CEO of, basically a CEO of a party. Maybe you forgot that part. You cannot ask that silly question of saying, who am I to refuse? Only because there were other 5,000. You are not those people. You are having a serious position in this country. People are looking at you as a responsible politician. You are not going to be in parliament, brother. How are you going to make laws in that house if you can't even help us enforce the small ones we have? There is no anything in Malawi that says Bushiri must come back, blah, blah, blah. It's neither here nor there, as you always people say. It's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, in that Shivambu, what you did was a blunder. A serious blunder to your own career and to yourself. Okay, but let's not... I don't know what you guys think. Comment below, tell me what you think about this one. Let's continue.
I didn't speak anything at the church. I just attended to listen to the sermon.
But the optics, Mr. Shivambu, you are a leader of the official opposition in South Africa.
Yes.
And this individual is a fugitive from law in South Africa. So those optics, and on top of it, your party issues a statement dissociating itself.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate statement was out of the misunderstanding as well of what got to transpire in terms of the visit itself. And I'm not a law enforcement agency, one, but two, factually, there is no court ruling in Malawi which South Africa has been pursuing to declare or characterize Bushiri as a fugitive. If there was such, the Malawian government was going to hand him over.
But there is one here, Mr. Shivambu. There is a court ruling here that he needs to come back. And how can Malawi government send him back over when they are protecting him? You just said it now. How can the Malawi government send him over when you said they are protecting him, they are protecting his church, they are protecting his households? And how can you even stand there with a straight face and that, there's no court? Why would there be even one court ruling if the person that's supposed to be court ruled is actually protected by the very government of Malawi? Meaning the courts of Malawi protect him, the president of Malawi protect him, everybody else, the ministers, if they've got ministers, everybody who's in government, the whole government, from the minister from the president to the deputy to the local government councillor. They are protecting this man. So you go in there, really. Please comment below and tell me what you guys think about this one. Was this a blunder or do you actually buy this? And then when he says MK Communication issued a statement out of misunderstanding. What misunderstanding? Because they said you didn't send him to Malawi to go to Bushiri. They distanced themselves from that. They never said, no, actually we sent him to do something else, but then they detour somewhere else. They said you didn't send him to Malawi.
But I'm saying to you now that if anything, the Malawian state is protecting him, like in terms of his own security, in terms of what gets to happen. And if the South African government wants to pursue him, they know what processes they must follow, they must deal with and everything else there. By the way, I can go to any church, even of convicted criminals. Like whichever church I want to go to, I can go to any religious institution as long as I believe that is a correct thing to do and everything else there. Like I'm not the only person who does that. I say to you now that there were more than 5,000 South Africans who were registered to participate.
But they're not the Secretary General of MK.
Yeah, they're not Secretary General of the MK, but I have the permissibility to go to any religious institutions. I, by the way, don't know what criminal offenses the other people whose churches have visited have committed in the past or have got.
But you know which Bushiri once did. You know what which ones Bushiri did in this country. It's really funny. You know which ones Bushiri did. But you still went, Mr. Shivambu. You still went. Yeah.
To participate in. But I went to Malawi for a political program which was mandated and was very impactful in terms of the Pan-Africanist program and agenda which Mkhonto Sizwe is in pursuit of uniting Pan-Africanist and progressive forces all over the world and in the continent in particular. And Malawi is of particular interest because in the struggle against apartheid, Malawi associated with the apartheid government under Hastings Banda, the president there. They openly supported apartheid. They had full economic cooperation with apartheid. And we can't have a Malawi that is not part of Pan-Africanism, of a Pan-African developmental project. So the politics of Malawi must be contested and guided from that point of view. So that is what we're busy with in Malawi. I thought I must clarify this because people thought that I was in a religious pilgrimage. I was not in a religious pilgrimage. I was in a political.
Okay. Did you buy that? What do you think? Yeah. He was not in a religious pilgrimage. He went there for a political program, but then he just happens to bump into bushiri, maybe in a mall. Maybe he was having a coffee and Bushiri, hey, my bro, Floyd, you are here. Yeah, man, listen. I can tonight. Don't join them, Fanak. Yeah. I don't buy that nonsense. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. It's actually, Floyd is becoming his worst enemy. I don't know if you understand that people like Mama Lema, a lot of EFF members and leaders actually are praying for his downfall. I would hate to see Floyd Shivambu falling down and a loser, whatever, that he stood up there to embrace. You know, but then sometimes when you score own goals, that's that middle. Okay, listen, I've scored my own goal ish. I didn't think. You cannot, as a politician of a country, go and associate yourself. Look at what's happening with Epstein and Trump at the moment. A huge scandal is brewing in the US that actually Trump might be in Epstein files. Elon Musk blew that whistle. We did that show on Monday. There's a video there, the live tape. I can still link that link in the description below. You don't just do that. So did he really clarify why he went to Malawi? Or did he think by saying that it will make it better? That, oh, okay, no. Now you thought you just went there on your own, religious pilgrimage, like people who go to the Telekanyana's church. But no. You went there for a political program. You didn't have to go to Bushiri's church. You are putting MKP into disreputing that. And this is a serious own goal. And Malema and others are laughing their heads off. If you look at Twitter now, what Mr. Waka Rupert, I got to work in that thing. The word is not nice. You can see them having a field day. That you're finally, I remember the other one was posting Duduzile with the picture says, "Try me, boys." Remember there was a little tiff between Duduzile and Floyd? Now they're saying Duduzile should actually celebrate that actually Floyd has been removed as SG. You understand? You did your own goal, and you have helped yourself actually by admitting and accepting the demotion of going to parliament without any fight. Because if you did that, it would be embarrassing for you, sir. If you're a politician of this country, we expect you to know the laws of a country. We expect you to respect the laws of the country, regardless of you having a freedom of going to any religion. Yes, you do, but not of a positive from your own country, that you're going to be in its parliament to make laws for us. If we're not yourself, that means you are saying to South African people, listen, you can do whatever, you can go and be what? You can associate yourself with anybody so long as you don't know their past. Like he says, I don't know the past of anybody else. Yeah, you knew about Bushiri's one, but you still went to his church. So I don't buy this, whatever he says now, guys. I don't know. You tell me. Comment below. Let me know what you think. MKP members, talk to me. Talk to me, please. Tell me what you think. I'm going to send this video to a lot of MKP people that I know that came to the studio to do shows with me. They will tell me, what do they think about this one? Because for me, that's a serious own goal on his behalf. And he's bringing this party into disrepute. Because now the party had to send and issue a statement saying they're distancing themselves. And now he's saying it's also a misunderstanding. How? How was that sent out of in a misunderstanding? How is that even possible? All right. So, thank you so much again for being with me. And I don't know. Now, that's my opinion. I wanted to give you the video, to show you the video. I've given you my thoughts. So, you give me yours and tell me what you guys think on the comments below, right? And don't forget, check out our merchandise, man. Remember, I said I had, black hoodies, Kgosi FM hoodies, Kgosi TV hoodies with its pants. It's a full set of tracksuits. And you saw Kgosi TV sneakers and Kgosi FM sneakers and caps as well. We do have those. So if you want to order yourself, What to the price list of all those things. WhatsApp me on 064 548 776 or 069 692 4788, and then I will send you the price list of the caps, the tracksuits themselves, and you give me your size as well when you communicate there privately, and then the sneakers as well if you want some, and then we'll take it from there. So Bona, thank you so much. It's growing this show, ne? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, please. Let's make this into one of the biggest shows on YouTube platform. We love you. Have a nice one. Bye.